medicare.org.
Two teams looking to rebound from 2 tough years last year. Only 3 wins for both these teams, but they're looking for something a little bit better. Lewiston got off on the right foot, a Game 1 win. Maybe let's start with the Bengals and what they need to do to have success here in this Game 2.
Yeah, this is a game where I think it's what quarterback manages this game better has the advantage. Dallas Richardson, Post Falls quarterback, going to get the start tonight. He's going to have to prove that he can get the ball downfield, manage this game, and really stay in the system. They're going to have to be able to run the football with some success tonight.
Yeah, as we talk about Post Falls a little bit too, these Trojans, I mean, this is their home opener, season opener. There's going to be some jitters, but especially for their quarterback under center, they've got a guy in Griffin Carpenter that really, he's got to be a star tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at last week, you've got a team in Lewiston that has a game advantage because they played last week. You've got Post Falls opening up at home. I think this is going to be a great battle tonight.
All right, well, we're excited for this one. We'll get you set with kickoff. It's a beautiful night here in Post Falls, ready for some high school football here on SWX.
Need tires or repairs? Give Perfection Tire a chance to quote it. We think you'll like what you hear.
We shop the competition.
Beats perfection.
High school football on SWX is presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. We're back out here, Post Falls, Idaho. The start of the season for the Trojans as they're taking on the Lewiston Bengals. Just about set for the starting kickoff here. Lewiston Bengals, they had the week 0, I don't know if you call week 0 for high school teams, but they actually got the advantage of playing last week, and they ended up with a 12-8 win on their home turf against Columbia. As for the Trojans, like I said, very first game, you might see some nerves or some jitters as we are just about set to start kickoff here. Noah Schmick alongside Adam Shackelford, and Coach, we're excited. We're ready to go here. First game of the season.
Yeah, first game of the season, and Lewiston get ready to kick off here, but having 4 quarters of football in the bank already, just a really big advantage early, I think.
As Braxton Nagel, his kick is a line drive straight to the Post Falls returner, and he'll get it out to about the 30-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 32, as that's where Post Falls will start on offense. And we got to take a look at some of these starters on offense for the Trojans. Griffin Carpenter, his very first start under center here for Post Falls, and it's going to be all on him to try and right the ship after a 3-win season last year.
Yeah, I look for them to really work Marshall Tomlinson early here at the running back position. Lots of experience in this offense.
And just like you said it right there, Coach, Marshall Tomlinson, the running back, senior, 5'10", just about 205 on the scale. He's returning, and he's going to be a big part of this Post Falls offense behind center. So here's Carpenter, little pistol set, quick throw out to the right side. It is caught for a nice gain, about 7 yards there, as that's Kyson Ostland with the catch.
A nice out route, good timing in the quick game. You see them going no huddle here, getting the signal from the coach on the sideline, trying to hurry up and put some pressure on Lewiston a little bit.
A little bit of NASCAR speed to start off here for Post Falls, as Griffin Carpenter gets the play from the sideline. He's got trips to his left, and he's going to throw to his left, and that ball is caught over the middle for a first down, as it looks like that ball is caught by Micaiah Quincy.
Well, Griffin Carpenter with a tough assignment tonight here with another nice throw. But a young man without a lot of experience running this hurry-up offense so far very well.
And there they are. They're off and ready as they snap it. Quick handoff up the middle. Maybe gets about 2 yards. Good job by the front 7 there by Lewiston.
Well, and you can see the tempos will change in this no-huddle system. The coach has the ability to get his offense lined up quick, which in turn gets the defense lined up quick, that he can check back out of things. He gets a view, a picture of what the defense is trying to do.
Quick toss out to the right. Here's Tomlinson looking for some space, and he gets some. Enough for a first down to move the chains for Post Falls.
Yeah, Tomlinson, a young man, has been playing since his sophomore year. Looks like he's had a really nice offseason, bigger than he has been in the past, and really hasn't lost a step. Just gets to the corner there, puts his foot in the ground, gets up the sideline.
No first game jitters for Post Falls right now. They are moving the ball down the field. That's a quick throw, a little quick screen to the wide receiver, as that was Jaden Smith getting about 6 yards on that first down catch.
Yeah, they run doubles formation, 2 receivers to a side, and kind of stack the receivers. The way Lewiston's playing, that screen is wide open, and at this point, those screens are just kind of long handoffs for this Post Falls offense.
This drive started from the 31, and all of a sudden, Griffin Carpenter, a little miscommunication on the handoff. He's able to corral it, and that'll be a big loss. All of a sudden, they'll be behind the original line of scrimmage.
Well, and you talk about first game things that can happen. We talked about Lewiston having 4 quarters of football in them already. These are the kind of first game mistakes you can't make when you're driving the football down the field.
Carpenter boots out, long pass, man wide open, but he overthrows him to the sideline. He had Tristan Zuniga all alone and just overthrew him.
Yeah, rushed it a little bit. I think he could have stopped, maybe planted his feet, got a little bit more set. Sometimes it's tough. You see that guy wide open and you end up rushing the throw, especially with a little bit of a lack of experience here. Kind of get big eyes, and here on 4th down and 11, they're gonna wisely punt the football away.
Yeah, kind of in that no man's land. They're in Lewiston territory, but not even 10 yards into it. So looks like from about the 41-yard line, they will punt it, trying to flip the field position here. As the snap, a little bit of a dribbler, but the punt very high, and it'll be fair caught right around the 20-yard line. And that is where the Lewiston Bengals will take over on offense.
Yeah, Post Falls there got away with a kind of a hold there in the back. It could have been blocked. Bad snap on the ground. Good job by the punter to field that and just get that ball off.
You see Lewiston starters there on your screen. DJ Wilkerson might be the guy you want to watch out for on this Lewiston offense. Number 12 at wide receiver. He had a touchdown catch and a touchdown run in their win against Columbia last week.
Yeah, number 72, Parker Bagley, Boise State commit here at tackle, plays both ways for the Bengals. He's going to play right tackle tonight. He is a big man and a people mover.
Dallas Richardson, the quarterback, he's a junior, as he's going to fake the handoff on the motion man and keep it himself and get about 5 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, just kind of a counter here, a quarterback counter. They pull both backside linemen. You've got a lot of weight there pulling from the backside to the front side, kind of paving the road there for a nice 5.5-yard gain.
So that brings up a manageable second down for the Bengals, as looks like Richardson trying to get the play call in. He's a junior, I should say, 6 foot, 175. In that win over Columbia, that first half they were down 8-0. Nothing was really going right for Lewiston in that game until the second half. So here's Richardson. Got a running back to his left. He's going to fake it to him. He's getting rushed hard by a Post Falls edge rusher, and they're going to get to him. Sacked, brought down for about a loss of 10 or 15 or so. And this is going to be a long third down for Lewiston.
Yeah, just a lot of times when you got a smaller defensive line there, they bring a nice pressure off the outside. You're facing a bunch of big guys up front. You use your twists, you use your stunts, and you use your speed to try to get pressure on the quarterback. That time, Post Falls does a great job of bringing a pressure off the weak side, unblocked. Running back goes the other way, and a nice play by Post Falls defense.
Yeah, credit Noah Engel on the Post Falls rush there, but it was a three-man tackle for a sack there. Third down and long. Lewiston going to need a big explosive play deep in their own end. Richardson throws it over to the right and cannot connect with his big tight end, Andrew Haynes, as that'll bring up fourth down from the 15-yard line.
Well, DJ Wilkerson, number 12, a young man we're going to talk about in the keys of the game, wide open on the wheel route. Richardson doesn't see him. If he connects with Wilkerson, he's probably 30 or 40 yards downfield.
So we saw Post Falls on offense. They were able to get it down into Lewiston territory. For the Bengals, they go 3 and out. So we'll see what they can do. The punter in his own end zone here for Lewiston. Snap is clean, and the kick is deep. Going to get to the 50-yard line and keep bouncing. Great job by the punter. That was a great kick, as it looks like Post Falls will start from their own 36 or so. So that brings us to tonight's Keys to the Game, presented by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. Coach Shack, what do we got here?
Well, Lewiston handled the long travel, 2 hours on the road before the game. Never easy. But watch these two receivers tonight for them, Michael Earl, DJ Wilkerson. If they have success, I think they're going to be in good shape. And the trench battle will be very important for them tonight with those big boys up front.
So this drive, Post Falls brings out a different one. And go ahead, keep going with those keys.
Yeah, success on the ground for Post Falls. They've got a young quarterback, unproven, Griffin Carpenter, who can also run the football a little bit. Get that quick passing game, which I like that first drive early. Get some confidence in the young man and be strong in early downs. Try to gain yardage on first and second down. Stay out of third and long.
So on this second drive, Griffin Carpenter has not taken the snaps. Now in at quarterback is Corbin Gilmore. He's listed as a wide receiver and defensive back. He's a senior, 5'11", 165. But he has taken the snaps now. Corbin Gilmore.
Well, and he was warming up a little bit in pregame as a quarterback as well. More of a running-type quarterback. Look for them to run some of this empty stuff, quick game, and also some of the one-back zone read style offense.
We got a little bit of laundry on the field. Looks like it's a false start on Post Falls, so that'll move the ball back, and they will try again on third down.
Well, as a coach, I could tell you the 10-yard penalties, the pass interference, you can deal with those because those are physical mistakes. When you jump off sides, you have those mental mistakes. It's those 5-yard penalties that really start to bother you.
So here's Gilmore. He's got one wide receiver to his left and two to his right. He's going to do a quick throw out to the left side, and it's going to be caught and off to the races down the sideline, and up for a first down. Great catch and run there by Brady Rudolph.
Yeah, Brady Rudolph showing some speed down the sideline there. Defender has a nice angle on him. He just outruns him right there. Nice little stiff arm. Tight ropes that sideline, gain about 6 more yards. A nice play by that young man.
So Brady Rudolph gets him a first down and a cross and into Lewiston territory, as this will be a handoff up the gut and maybe about 4-yard gain for the Post Falls running back. That was number 23, Gavin West.
Well, so far, these look like design gives. A lot of times that quarterback will read that backside end. This looks like a design give, but at some point they're going to run that zone read where he's going to keep it and run around the end.
My apologies. Looks like that's actually Kason Foreman, the running back right now for Post Falls, getting a nice gain there. We'll see if they give him a first down. Looks like nope, they're going to say no, they will give him a first down. Kason Foreman.
Yeah, he does a good job there of leaning forward for that first. They've got to move the chains here. They're
behind the chains. Chains did not get set, but it doesn't matter. Kason Foreman able to get another big gain, as right now the first down chain gain's really behind.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether they were saying 3rd and short or 1st and 10 there. Good job there holding on to the football. A nice hit by Lewiston's defense.
It looks like it'll be a little bit of a reset here. I think they're trying to get the chain gang figured out here on the far side, as trying to make sure everything is correct. Looks like I'm gonna assume, Coach, the chain game was so behind that they're trying to make sure that they're in the right spot right now.
Well, it was marked 3rd and short, and now it's 2nd and 10 is what it's showing, unless they change it. It should be 1st and 10, I believe.
So, yeah, we'll see if the officials can get this one right, as it looks like they're backing up the chain game. They've got 2nd down on the yard markers. We'll see what they can get here. And by the way, I misspoke. Not Corbin Gilmore. I was looking at Lewiston's roster. Number 2 taking snaps is Philip Schmidt for Post Falls. So right now it's Philip Schmidt taking snaps and Kason Foreman in the backfield for the Trojans. As it's a handoff, again up the gut, and man, Kason Foreman, he is just turning those legs and getting close to a first down again.
Yeah, a really nice 1-2 punch with him and Tomlinson being able to run the football in the backfield. And boy, it's awful nice when you have a young quarterback group to have 2 guys at running back that can sustain the workload for your offense.
So we have not seen Griffin Carpenter come back out. We also haven't seen Marshall Tomlinson come back out. So you've got a whole different set there running the offense here on the 2nd drive. Post Falls going to give it right back to Foreman, but a great stop on the Lewiston defense there. That was Trip Eckert getting in the backfield quickly.
Yeah, Trip Eckert comes up from that linebacker position. Boy, he shoots that gap. What terrific instincts by this young man here. Doesn't give up on the play. It cuts back to him. He stays in his gap. Great gap discipline there, and he makes a nice play.
So 4th down, it looked like Post Falls is going to go try fast, but instead they're getting the play call from the side. Looks like they still are going to stay out there for 4th down. About 4th and 5. Schmidt drops back, looks over the middle, gets it to his wideout. First down and more. Oh, they said the ball came out, though. We'll see. Looks like one official saying he was down. So it will stay with Post Falls, but a great catch there.
It looked like this ball came out early. And it does. Boy, they got away with one there. That ball's moving.
That was Jaden Smith on the catch. And, I mean, good heads-up play there by Lewiston to jump on that ball, but the official is saying he was down. So 1st and 10. Ball on the 18, 17-yard line here. Schmidt drops back, throws it over the middle, overthrows his intended target. It is picked off by Lewiston, and he will smartly go ahead and take a knee in the end zone. That's, of course, Blaze Hepburn with the pick.
Blaze Hepburn sits back in his zone, trying to complete the seam up the middle. He just overthrows a little bit behind. Blaze Hepburn right where he's supposed to be in that cover 2 look. He's just kind of playing center field, able to pick it off. And like you said, a great decision. Just take a knee. Let's take the ball at the 20, give our offense basically 2 first downs. If you take it out of the end zone, maybe you get tackled on the 2. You gain 18 yards by being smart. That's a great job by Blaze Hepburn.
Blaze Hepburn, I mean, he's going to be all over the place. You can look out for number 7 there. And that will also take us to a break. That's nothing here in the first quarter of play. We'll be back with more high school football on SWX.
Dr. C Family Dentistry proudly offers a broad spectrum of care for patients of all ages, from babies and kids.
This portion of the game is brought to you by Perfection Tire and Auto Repair. Nobody beats perfection. And Inner Demon Motorsports, located in Hayden, Idaho. Inner Demon Motorsports, powered by Heatercraft. 38 years of manufacturing. We're the UTV and Marine Comfort pros. As we're back out here, first quarter of play starting to wind down. About 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Still no score as Lewiston takes the ball back after a Blaze Hepburn pick. And it looks like they're going to give it to Blaze as he's going to get, about 6 yards there on that first down carry.
Yeah, obviously last week Lewiston with not a big production points-wise. You have a young quarterback. He's going to be good someday, but while he's young and learning, you got to be able to run the football, and so far they have a little bit. You've got 2 really good receivers in Earl and Wilkerson. At some point, I think you got to get them involved in this game.
So here's Dallas Richardson. He's got a running back, I should say, to his right, and 3 wide receivers to his right. It's going to be a quick screen, a little bubble screen up the middle, and looks like the ball came out. They're going to say Post Falls got it. They do. Wow. The catch there was Michael Earl. That little tunnel screen up the middle, and then he just lost the ball.
Yeah, it looks like he got grabbed around the ankle here. We see the replay.
Oh, yeah, it came out.
Yeah, it definitely came out. A good job there.
Archer Kirk.
Yeah, Archer Kirk stripping that ball out. Coaches love seeing those drills in practice taken to the game field. Defense is working on getting that ball out, getting the ball back for their offense.
Heads up play by Cash Creeman to fall on it, and then the offensive drive here is now we have on this drive, Griffin Carpenter comes back out under center. He was intending that ball to Cody Matthews down the sideline, just overthrew it.
Yeah, and he's had a couple guys open down the field tonight, and boy, it kind of looks like maybe they're setting this first game up to be throwing the football downfield with Carpenter and then making a change when they want to run the football at quarterback a little bit.
Here's Carpenter going to give it off to Marshall Tomlinson. Tomlinson finds some room. The shifty running back also breaks a tackle. He's got a first down carry to about the 35-yard line.
Well, breaking a tackle is saying it kindly. He put his shoulder down and ran somebody over. Runs with great pad level. Those running backs that can get low to the ground with those shoulder pads, tough to bring down.
As Tomlinson did a little hesitation, great move to the outside, his left side, and he's going to get about 7 or 8 yards, make it a second and manageable for sure.
And, you talk about what makes running backs great. Well, sometimes it's instinct, and with this young man, you can see it. He kind of floats through the defense. He can cut back. Not a speed demon, but he's a guy that gets yards.
And it's all of a sudden a long throw from running to throwing. Another one just a little bit off the mark. Carpenter might be a little pumped up here in his first game, and he's just overthrowing his wide receivers that kind of are open down the field.
Yeah, there's some guys getting open downfield, and you can see a little bit of frustration there by Coach. But at some point, he's probably going to hit one of these and build his confidence a little bit. Coach knows he's working with a young guy. He's going to get better and better.
Yeah, it's Blaine Bennett's 11th season here in Post Falls. He knows he's got a young guy under center as we'll have a flag, play blown dead for a false start. And so Post Falls will get moved back here on third down.
Oh, and this is what you don't want to be in when you have a young quarterback, and that's third and long. Even third and medium is not what you want. Staying on schedule inside the stick is so important. Third and long now takes Tomlinson out of the game, a little bit. You've got to throw the football here as they make some substitutions.
We were talking about Coach Bennett, too. He was a quarterback's coach, played at Whitworth in Idaho, and Central Washington head coach for 4 years. And, he knows a lot about the quarterback position as they try to hand it off the middle, but Lewiston just stops him in his tracks. It's going to be fourth down. Tomlinson trying to find some room, but the front seven for Lewiston were stout.
And they're going to hurry up here. Look for them maybe to go freeze play here and try to draw them off sides.
They're going to hand it, or they're going to keep it right up off the middle. Griffin Carpenter couldn't get there. I don't even know if he got back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
Good job by that front seven of Lewiston. Looks like it might have been a read play where he's got an option to either give it or pull it, and he chooses to pull it. Good assignment football by Lewiston's defense. Everybody's taken care of. Everybody's in the right spot. They have their responsibility there, and they make a really nice play to get off the field.
Lewiston, they play with that 3-5-3 kind of defensive front, but, man, they have been, when they needed it most, that front seven, or I guess front eight you could say, really getting in the backfield. So you're the Bengals on offense. Richardson going to hand it off to his running back. And Austin Roberts, I believe, on the carry. No, excuse me. That was Michael Moody on the carry.
Yeah, both teams offensively using a lot of different personnel tonight. Trying to figure out what combination works early in the season. Obviously very early for Post Falls being their first game. Just trying to figure out best way to manage the game.
So Michael Moody in. We've seen Blaze Hepburn. We've seen Austin Roberts, and now Michael Moody, as that will go ahead and take us to quarter number 2. No score in the first quarter of play. We'll be back here with more high school football on SWX.
It's time to seize your summer in a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Hit the road in a new 4Runner.
Tonight's coverage of high school football on SWX is brought to you in part by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with game day grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. As we're just about to start the second quarter of action here, Post Falls and Lewiston. Still no score on the board yet. And Lewiston Bengals trying to get some offensive rhythm going as Richardson sends a man in motion. A little bit of a play action, throw over the middle, and it's caught by his big tight end, Andrew Haynes. A good 5 or 6 yards to make it third manageable.
And this is a nice throw, a nice read. Good job there hanging on to the football. It's the kind of throws he needs to make. And, you know, when you're struggling offensively, and both teams are right now, you've got to find things that are manageable for your quarterback. Don't, throwing the football downfield 3 plays in a row is not the answer right now for either of these teams. They've got to start gaining confidence as they gain yards.
So, yeah, third down and about 2. Here's Richardson with a running back to his right. He's going to put in motion his tight end, and they're going to try and run the ball. Post Falls meets him right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss there, as Blaze Hepburn could not get anything going. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Blaze Hepburn, one of the best athletes on this field, but if they don't move people up front, it's not going to matter. And again, a little bit undersized defensive front overall for Post Falls, but they're doing a good job of getting in the gaps. They're bringing some pressure with their linebackers. There's nowhere to go. Being very goal-oriented and job assignment savvy and doing a good job on defense.
So 4th down and about 2, or 3, I should say, as Lewiston punts this ball off. It's Tobin O'Connor, and looked like that was touched by Post Falls. We'll see who fell on it. And they will say it's Lewiston ball.
Yeah, it just took a hop and bounced off a Post Falls player. It looked like he was trying to get out of the way, and the ball just kind of bounced. Yes, he's trying to get out of the way of the football, which he's actually coached to do. I don't think he realized how short the punt was, and hit him right in the thigh board. And that's going to move the ball about 25 yards for Lewiston and put their offense back on the field.
Yeah, almost. I mean, it was disaster there for Post Falls. You saw the returner. He was about 20 yards back saying, get away, get away. And I think that was one of the guys that was trying to block one of the gunners and heard the Peter call and ran into the ball. So Lewiston set up with a 1st down, and they are in Post Falls territory. Ball at the 45. Richardson drops back, going to throw it on the left side, and, man, almost looked like that almost could have been picked, and then it almost looked like it could have been caught there.
Yeah, through the arms of the secondary. And, if you read some of the preseason reports, Coach was very impressed with his secondary he had coming in this year. And, they haven't been challenged a lot tonight. Lewiston has not tried to get the ball downfield very much, but a good job there staying in the zone, doing the right thing.
Yeah, that was Corbin Tremaine who tried to rise up to pick that off, and he was throwing it to DJ Wilkerson, and that kind of got Wilkerson probably a little rattled there, seeing a guy rise up trying to get that ball. So here's Richardson. He hands it off to his running back. He's got some room trying to follow his blockers. He's going to get a really nice gain, about 8 or 9 yards. He's going to make it 3rd and close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, they bring Wilkerson in motion to lead block, and then they pull the backside guard as well. Has 2 lead blockers out front. He gets to the edge and does a good job.
Austin Roberts on the carry. We've seen a whole bunch of different running backs here for the Bengals. That was Roberts' probably biggest gain so far of the game. He remains to the right side of Dallas Richardson. It is 3rd down, 3rd and 2. Motion man comes across, and it's going to be a handoff to Roberts. Roberts trying to find some room. Just getting right behind one of his blockers, but Post Falls rallied to the ball. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, and I was going to say before that play, I think it's 2-down territory and 3rd down. I don't think there's any hesitation. Post Falls has not threatened Lewiston's defense enough to think that they're going to put points on the board. I think this is a go for it automatically on 4th down. You got to dial up the right play.
Good job by the Post Falls right side of the defensive line there. That was Cash Creeman and Nathaniel Williams. So 4th down, Lewiston going for it here. 4th and 2. Richardson brings his tight end in motion, fakes the handoff. He's pressured and brought down, trying to throw it off, as that was a great rush from Cash Creeman. The senior, 5'8", 185. He may be small, but he is mighty.
Yeah, Post Falls brings both linebackers up and brings a double A-gap blitz and a linebacker off the edge. They blitz 3 guys, and they didn't block any of them.
Cash Preston also in on that with Cash Creeman, so 2 seniors there combining for the QB hurry on a 4th down, gives the ball back to their offense. And the Trojans come out with, I think, 1 too many players. Or we'll see, maybe illegal formation. Oh, encroachment on the defense.
Well, that was an early call. I don't know. Did they have 12 guys on the... It wasn't illegal substitution. I'm not sure, because Post Falls hadn't even lined up yet. That's an odd call.
Yeah. And maybe they just picked it up, because it was first and 10 here for Post Falls. And it's going to be this time the other quarterback, I should say, Philip Schmidt, getting the run and smartly pulling it down and running for a huge gain.
Yeah, that time Lewiston gets some pressure, and again, instead of just throwing it downfield, just takes off around the end, does what he does best, and that's run the football. I think that's why he's in the game.
Yeah, Philip Schmidt coming in. They've kind of alternated drives, has Post Falls with their quarterbacks. Griffin Carpenter goes in, Philip Schmidt comes in, and now it's Schmidt. No running backs behind him. He's going to get flushed out of the pocket, going to try and make some more moves with his feet. And we'll see if they mark him out for a small gain or for about a 5-yard gain.
Well, that's 2 plays in a row that number 8, Trip Eckert, has come in unblocked. And 2 times as he's been denied in the backfield. He's got to come in with a little bit more body control. Doing a good job hustling, but he's got to make that play.
Yeah, and here he comes again, but this time it's because it was a little tunnel screen for the wide receiver, Cody Matthews, making a guy miss. He's still on his feet. Cody Matthews to the 10-5 touchdown, Post Falls. The Trojans, first touchdown of the season, a little tunnel screen, and Cody Matthews breaks a few tackles, and he's off to the races for 6.
Yeah, nice call by the offensive coordinator. Cody Matthews doing a good job of getting back outside, but let's credit that offensive line. On those screens, you slow up the front line, but you're taught, don't block those linebackers. Let them come. They're going to take themselves out of the play. They do a good job. And then getting downfield and getting on the other secondary guys, breaking free, Cody Matthews for the touchdown.
And the extra point is good. 7-0 Post Falls. Opens up the scoring with an explosive play. Philip Schmidt finds him on the tunnel screen and lets him do the rest.
Look at those offensive linemen hustling downfield. Another block there, 2 more, and then it's just a foot race. A foot race that young man just won.
Well, joining the Inland Empire Football Officials Association, it allows you to participate in the community, have flexibility in scheduling your games, receiving timely payments, and experience networking and advancement opportunities. Organized training is provided. Your chance to be on the field is a QR code click away at IEFOA.com. We hope you'll decide to join us. And so far, these officials have done a great job out here, has made sure that, of course, on a tunnel screen like that, so many things can go wrong. You can have someone illegal man downfield, all that stuff, and they were able to make sure that was a clean play and a touchdown for Post Falls.
Yep, officiating is a tough job. You've got to see a lot of things. No matter what you decide, someone's not going to be happy. Let's be honest, and we need more good high school officials.
So here's the kick from the Trojans. 7-0 after the touchdown catch, and out from the backfield, Lewiston's number 10, Austin Roberts, going to make his way down, or I should say number 12. That was DJ Wilkerson. But there was a flag down by the 20-yard line.
I think we're going to get a hold here.
Yeah.
And DJ Wilkerson with a couple nice moves here.
We'll see where
it looks like maybe a block in the back.
Yeah. A little bit too much cloth, and that is the decision. So it'll be a holding and bring that DJ Wilkerson long return back to, well, pretty far back in Lewiston territory.
Yeah, it's a spot foul. So it's not from where the ball ended up, it's from where the hold was called. And you can get away with that if you're off the ball, but when you're at the point of attack and your hold is the difference between maybe a 5-yard gain and a 20-yard gain, those have to be called, and that's a good call by that official.
So Lewiston will start this drive at their 15-yard line. Dallas Richardson puts another man in motion. And he's going to hand it off to his running back. That's Austin Roberts. Gets the carry in about 4 yards. Make it 2nd and 6.
Lewiston just a really slow start tonight. It doesn't seem like they have a lot of answers for what Post Falls is doing defensively. It looks like maybe they don't have the ability to get those receivers involved as much as they want to. And sometimes that can handcuff and hand tie an offensive coordinator to what he's able to call and what he feels comfortable that his quarterback is comfortable with at this point.
Here's Richardson. He's got 3 wide receivers to his right, along with a running back, and he's going to fake the handoff, looking to throw deep, way down the field. He does have a man open, but great turn on the ball there by the defensive back, as that one was broken up by Micaiah Quincy for Post Falls.
Well, a lot of time to throw this football, and if he throws another 3 yards down the field, it's probably 6 points. Just a little bit too much time sometimes doesn't help you either. He's got pretty comfortable back there, but he's just got to get that ball out there a little bit further.
He had 2025 All-League wide receiver Michael Earl streaking down the middle there, but great job by Micaiah Quincy to keep with it. That brings up 3rd and about 7. Here's Richardson, another man in motion. He's going to try and throw, but here's Post Falls and their defense getting to the quarterback once again. That was Andrew Zazueta on the sack.
Yeah, great job there by Andrew Zazueta. We talked about it before the game. We were going to get that one right.
Yep.
I think you had to ask him personally how to say his name, because we were not going to get that right if we didn't.
I asked his linebackers coach.
What a great hustle by him.
Yeah.
Not giving up. And credit to the guys next to him. 3 guys in the area forcing back to Zazueta, and a good job making a sure tackle.
Cash Preston was there, everything. Really good rush there by Post Falls. Brings up 4th down, and the punt is a really beautiful punt. It's going to go down to the 45 of Post Falls.
Well, it's not going well for Lewiston, and you can't sugarcoat that. But the reality of it is they're down 1 play. You know, anything can happen. At some point, this defense is going to have to make a play. Something's going to have to spark momentum. Because even though it feels like Post Falls has all of it, they're only up 1 possession. So this game is still very much in hand. And this is also a very important drive for Post Falls right now. Even if they could put 3 on the board, it puts a lot of pressure on Lewiston's offense.
And something you'll also notice here is that pass was incomplete. Griffin Carpenter trying to get it over to Cody Matthews, who had the scoring play last drive, as another different quarterback. We had Philip Schmidt in last time. Now Griffin Carpenter coming back in. It looks like they're alternating drives.
Well, trying to figure it out in this first game. You know, you do that for a game or two, and then you figure out who's going to lead your team the rest of the season.
So it is Carpenter. First down play, unable to connect with his wide out. This time it's going to be a halfback toss, but a pass, and he's wide open down the left side or the right side. Kyson Ostlund for 6 touchdown post balls.
Well, Coach Dowd it up on the right at the right time there. Lewiston's defense comes up, try to make a play. They throw it right over their head. Nice throw, a sure catch, and 6 points for Post Falls.
Griffin Carpenter, the quick pitch out to Marshall Tomlinson, the running back. And the running back looked like a quarterback there. Great throw on the run, and Ostlund did the rest, untouched for 6. And the extra point is good. Make it 14-0. Post Fall Trojans in the lead here as we wind down towards the second half of play. But a touchdown by the Trojans puts them up in front.
It has, in fact, not been a pleasure working with you.
What's going on?
Make sure to underline not.
High school football on SWX is brought to you in part by Titan Truck Equipment, Northwest family owned. Outfit your truck by visiting us in Spokane Valley, and follow Titan Truck on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So we're back out here, and now 14-0. Post Falls lead over the Lewiston Bengals as the Trojans have found some nifty play calling on offense to get them their 14 points. Lewiston, on the other hand, they need their offense to start clicking here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've got to get some points here before half, find some success. Even a field goal, I think, helps them a little bit.
So here's DJ Wilkerson going to return this kick, looking for a little bit of room, and he's got a few guys to miss. He is fast. He's getting past everybody all the way out to about the 45-yard line. When things were looking bleak, he just made some moves and made some guys miss.
Yeah, and I think offensively, you've got to find a way to get him more involved. He's so dynamic here, you see. I love how he just gets upfield there. He makes a decision, and now he's upfield. He's got to tuck that ball away a little bit. And the coach and me coming out a little bit.
I was going to say, that's Coach Shack right there, saying, hold that football in the right place. But able to get it out to about the 44-yard line. So great return, sets Lewiston up with some good field position here with 5:40 left in the first half. Here's the Bengals. Motion man comes across. He's going to hand it off to him. That's DJ Wilkerson, who just had the big return, getting about 5 yards on the carry.
Well, he's the best athlete maybe on this field tonight. And they've got to find a way to utilize him. Good call by the offensive coordinator. getting him to the edge, finding some screens, put him in the backfield, hand off to him. He's your playmaker. We talked about him in the keys of the game. He's your all-conference guy. He's the guy that must touch the football tonight if you're going to come back from this deficit.
So it looks like the officials only give him about a 2-yard gain, so make it 2nd and 8 here. Ball just past the 45-yard line. Here's a quick pass to the outside. That one is caught. Looks like a pretty good gain, as that one was caught by Michael Earl, and he'll make it about 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and Earl's the other young man. You know, he had a fumble earlier in the game, but that time a good job there by this secondary. Stay home there and keep it to a minimal gain. You got to get 3 and you got to get 12 involved.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Lewiston can dial up here. 3rd and about 6. Richardson with Austin Roberts to his right. He's got 3 wide receivers out there. He's got the sneaky tight end on his right side too. And he's going to go right over the middle, over to the sideline. A great catch and run. DJ Wilkerson trying to put on the moves and get a little extra more, and he didn't hold on to that ball. And it's going to be popped out. Let's see if Post Falls fell on it. Officials trying to pull him off the pile, and still no signal yet. Right now, it looks like a Lewiston Bengal came up with it, and they're going to say Lewiston stayed with it.
I think the offensive coordinator is reminding Mr. Wilkerson what I mentioned. That's to tuck that ball away. You got to hold high and tight. Put that thing close to your body. If there's space between your pads or your ribs and that ball, it's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, heads up play there by the tight end, Andrew Haynes, to really fall on it and pull it away from everybody. As Lewiston will keep possession. Big first down, though. Boot left, trying to throw off his left foot, and he's pressured and throws out of bounds. Smart decision there by Dallas Richardson.
And that's a tough ask. Rolling opposite your throwing arm and getting out. I know that's the wide side of the field, but that's tough for a quarterback to do.
So I'll bring up 2nd and 10 as Richardson, trying to roll to his left side, but Post Falls defense, especially on some of these play actions, they've been in the backfield in a hurry. So 2nd and 10. Post Falls gets their play call. Lewiston comes out of the huddle. Here's Richardson with a running back to his left. Motion man also comes from the left. He's going to fake the handoff, a little screen play, and it looks like Blaze Hepburn, the intended target, was trying to catch it over his lineman. That was Kellen Winkleman that was trying to block for him, and I think may have gotten the way.
Yeah, just the timing was off. The perfect call against the blitz. They brought the house there. Looks like they brought 7. I'll tell you, I think he scores possibly if they complete this, because they had linemen downfield too. There's just a lineman that's got to get out a little quicker.
Yeah, that would have been at least a first down, because there was no one in the vicinity and he had blockers. So we'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and 10. Here's Richardson. Motion man comes across. That's Wilkerson. He'll fake the handoff. Great blitz pickup, I should say. And I think it's going to be PI, because Austin Haynes could not get his hand up for that ball.
Yeah, and that time Wilkerson is running again. They ran this play earlier on the wheel route, and he was wide open. There was no one within 25 yards of DJ Wilkerson up the sideline. And really just bailed out. It was definitely a pass interference, but it kind of bailed out. But I think DJ Wilkerson's probably the number 1 read, and he doesn't even look at him going up the sideline again. Part of the process of maturing as a quarterback. He just never looks his way. And a lot of times, young quarterbacks will try to predetermine where they're going to go with the football because they're not ready to read coverage. And when they do and they get better at that, he's going to come back and realize hey, that guy's running in the middle of the field. I've got DJ Wilkerson up the sidelines.
So Judah Brazel was on the coverage and was just trying to get in the way of Andrew Haynes. Did a little bit too much there. So first down for Lewiston. They are in Post Falls territory. They're going to hand it up off the gut. That's Blaze Hepburn just trying to get a few yards. Looks like he might get 2 or 3. Make it 2nd and 7.
It's a nice little drive, a little confidence builder for Lewiston. They seem a little bit more comfortable this drive. Quarterback's settling in a little bit. He's missed some things, but he's going to. It's early in the season. Doesn't have a lot of experience.
So about 3 or 4 yards on that first down carry. Blaze Hepburn just going straight up the middle. And this is the best we've seen the Lewiston offense look, with some help from a few penalties and a perfectly timed fumble recovery on a punt. Makes Lewiston down to about the 10-yard line of Post Falls. Speed option to the left side, but it is sniffed out in a hurry. And on the tackle there was Archer Kirk.
Yeah, nice job. I love the way that this defense pursues the football. You can tell it's preached, you can tell it's taught, you can tell it's coached, you can tell it's part of their system. We're going to run to the football, play assignment, savvy football, and run downhill.
Archer Kirk got off his block, and what a great open field tackle there on Blaze Hepburn, one of the, like you said earlier, probably one of the best athletes on the field too. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 9 here for the Lewiston offense, deep in Post Falls territory. And there will be a timeout call. It looks like the Bengals want to talk things over to see what they can dial up here on 3rd and 9. Coach, 3rd and 9, I mean, I'm sure they've had a lot of help here on this drive, but I think you're right. DJ Wilkerson's got to be your first look here in a play.
I think DJ Wilkerson is your first look, and I also think that you're now having a conversation. Is this 2-down territory? Are we just trying to get half of this and make a manageable 4th down? We don't know what their kicker's like. Are we okay kicking a field goal here? Do we maybe try to get one downfield, and if not, we try to take the 3? All things that they've got to figure out here in about 30 seconds. But I think if it is 2-down territory, you're thinking, I got to get 6 yards. Find a way to get 6 yards. I mean, if it's open downfield, but we don't want 4th and 8. That's what we don't want.
High school football on SWX is brought to you in part by Findlay Downtown Toyota on 3rd Street. If you're looking to score the best deals on your favorite Toyotas, come to Findlay. As here we are, 3rd and 9, under the 2-minute mark here in the first half. We'll see what the Bengals dial up here. 3rd down. Richardson puts Wilkerson in motion over across the middle. Hepburn picks up the blitz, and here's some running. A run by Richardson. Does he get over across for a touchdown? They're going to say he did. Breaks the plane before he lost the ball. That's a touchdown for Lewiston. A great answer here at the end of the first half.
Well, just in time, too. And you know, we talked about before the game, they got off to a really slow start last week and came on a little bit and found ways to score middle of the game and second half. Here they get one in the first half after being shut out in the first half last week. That might be the thing that gains a little confidence here going into halftime. Now the important thing is, besides making this PAT, is you have to get a stop before half. Yep. Your defense has to come out. Can't even allow a field goal. Keep this a one-possession game.
You were talking about the kicker earlier on. It's a sophomore, Braxton Nagel, and that one had more than enough leg right down the middle.
Nice kick.
Yeah, the sophomore Braxton Nagel makes it a 14-7. Lewiston cuts into the Post Falls lead here before the end of the first half, and Dallas Richardson showing off the wheels. Get it in the end zone, crossing the plane. Man, that was close.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Man, Post Falls has been looking for the ball, really just swatting away at it, as that was Andrew Zazueta, who comes over the top and tries to knock that thing out before he crosses the plane.
Well, I think a point of emphasis on Monday for Lewiston is going to be ball security. I think those young men are going to do a couple drills.
So we'll have to see what Lewiston can do if they can get a stop here. I know they burned a timeout there So they probably have about 2 left. Yeah, it looks like they've got 2 left. Post Falls got all 3 of their timeouts left. Minute 31 until we go to halftime. See what Lewiston does here. They're taking a second in that special teams huddle. Post Falls not expecting any funny business here.
Well, I think you kick it as deep as you can and you try to play defense for a minute 30 and you try to get out of this half. I think they're pretty fortunate right now that there's no instant replay in high school football because I'm not sure he got in there.
I know. That's the one advantage of us up here in the booth, getting to see these replays. But for now, it is a Dallas Richardson scramble for a touchdown. It is a 14-7 Post Falls lead. Here's the kick. Down to the end here as kick returner for Post Falls, trying to make some guys miss. That is a really good return there by Wesley Diaz for Post Falls.
Well, you have to play great defense, but also Post Falls does not want to go 3 and out quickly and punt this football back to DJ Wilkerson. I can promise you that. Because that young man with one play can change this game very quickly. I think you run the football here, and if you're Post Falls, you're thinking, let's get out of the half with a possession lead, regroup, and move on.
Here we are, minute 24 left in the first half. Looks like it's Philip Schmidt in at quarterback here for Post Falls, and looks like someone got a little bit of a head start. So they'll back them up 5. The Trojans will. First and 15. All right, first and 15. You see head coach Blaine Bennett not too happy about that one.
Well, I've certainly been there.
Especially when it looks like they're trying to get downfield and score. Because Schmidt is in the backfield. He's got 5 wide receivers, 4 to his left and 1 to his right. So here's Schmidt, drops back. Instead, he's just going to keep it, try and run it up the gut. And he's going to get about 7 yards. But the time will keep on ticking.
Well, Lewiston seems content with letting it tick as well. I think they're okay with taking a 1-possession deficit into the half and regrouping as well. I don't think either team is pressing here. I think both are saying, hey, let's take this into half where we're at and play round 2. And as soon as I say that, Post Falls says, not so fast, my friend.
Coach Bennett goes over to the official and wants a timeout with 50 seconds left here in the first half. So, Coach, I'm curious. You let all that time go down. Is it just making sure we figure out how to bleed the clock now?
Well, sometimes you say, well, I can't take them with me. Maybe I'll remind my young quarterback, ball security. This is what we're trying to do. Let's not make any ill-advised plays. Let's get out of the half. 5-yard penalties are going to kill us. Let's make sure that we secure a 7-point lead going into halftime.
It's also one of those things, and we just saw it with that play. You get those 5 wide receiver looks, so you got all the defensive backs in there, and they're all expecting pass. And then, hey, maybe we can get an explosive play with a fast quarterback.
Yeah, sometimes you're just, you're trying to spread out that defense and create natural crevices in the middle. You play five receivers. You're forcing them probably to play only 5 guys in that defensive box. And there's some things you can do.
So he's still got 5 wide receivers out there. Schmidt is going to be taken down. Wow, yep. And that's just who we talked about earlier in this game, Parker Bagley with the big sack.
Well, I'm a little surprised now that Lewiston's not taking a timeout.
I think Parker Bagley may have threw him down, and let's see if Schmidt's back up. But that is a big guy coming at you.
Yeah.
Of course, Parker Bagley, he is a Boise State commit, senior, 6'3", 280. And he came untouched up the middle to bring down the quarterback.
I'll tell you, I've seen 280. He might be 295. He's and it's a healthy 295. He already looks like a college freshman. That young man, he's got a bright future ahead of him. Again, we talked before the game. I would guess probably an offensive lineman in college. I certainly could be wrong, but he has that body type. Looks like a guard.
Quick feet, too.
Yep.
And got to the quarterback quick.
Gonna look really good down there on that blue turf.
Down there in the Smurf turf. In the new Pac-12, too.
In the new Pac-12.
It's going to be interesting.
A great program with a terrific tradition. Boise is a great city. I wish that young man all the luck in the world. I've coached a lot of players from Boise State over the years. Always well coached. Competitive football, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm thinking about our local in the Northwest teams. Of course, Washington State in that Pac-12 with Boise State. And I believe the Broncos come up to Pullman to play further down in the schedule. So, of course, that's this year, not next year when he's out on the blue turf. So here we are. It's going to be a different quarterback in here for Post Falls. Philip Schmidt taken off the field. Griffin Carpenter comes in on third down. Carpenter trying to roll out, and he is demolished in the backfield. Another quick strike to the quarterback. That was number 19 there for Lewiston.
Well, this time Lewiston does take a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, that was Andrew Haynes, who's known as being the tight end. Comes off the edge untouched, and good awareness there by the running back.
They try to run a little slip handoff there. Kind of a behind the back deal. That's a dangerous play. Backed up right before half. Kind of a hesitation sprint draw, and it doesn't work out. And here's the nightmare scenario we talked about. Punting to DJ Wilkerson. This is not what you wanted.
24 seconds left. They're going to hope for a really good return here and see what Lewiston can do with these last 24 seconds. It is blocked, and it is going to go not out of bounds. It is going to be recovered for a touchdown. Wow, Trip Eckert goes all the way through, blocks it, recovers it, touchdown, and we're an extra point away from being tied.
Well, a good job recovering the football before it goes out of bounds. On turf, that probably rolls out of bounds.
Wow, Trip Eckert.
Yeah. Trip Eckert's been in the backfield all night on defense. Why wouldn't we think he'd be there on special teams too? Effort at some point is going to pay off. He's missed some tackles. He's missed a couple sack opportunities. He just got his football team back in this football game with a great effort again.
And the extra point is good, and all of a sudden, with just a minute 20, Lewiston gets a score on the board with 18 seconds left. 14-14, this game's tied up.
Yeah, you could just see the two sidelines have changed. The momentum not shifted. It just drastically moved to the other side.
That was.
And Lewiston's going to get the ball coming out of half.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yep. Lewiston's going to get the ball coming out of half. They're going to kick it down here and just hope for not a big play, and they'll be more than happy with going in with a tied game into halftime. But Trip Eckert, the other thing that was impressive is that ball somehow off the deflection stopped right in front of that back line.
I'm telling you. If this is not grass, that is out of bounds. That is going to keep rolling. It stopped, spun, and again, the 5-yard penalty in that drive by Post Falls, the fumble on the ground, they did recover, the sack. Those are big plays that Lewiston's defense came up with. They had to have it.
So the recovered block punt for a touchdown by Trip Eckert makes this game tied up 14-14, 18 seconds left, and we will see Braxton Nagel here try and kick this one deep. What a game so far. Is that's just going to actually just be a squib kick, probably a smart move there. As Falls on it, only wasted about 2 seconds, so Post Falls comes out, and we'll see how they decide to play this one. Last time they looked like they were going to try and throw it down the field. Now we'll see if they just run the clock out.
Yeah, and you're talking about a Lewiston offense and a Lewiston team who basically had no offense for 22 minutes of this football game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's why you preach special teams is an important third of this game. Every year, a game is won or lost on special teams. Every team experiences that.
So Post Falls, Griffin Carpenter's out there playing quarterback. He's got a quick throw to his wide receiver, Cody Matthews, but they're going to say forward progress was down, and he didn't get anything on the play.
Yeah, I think that's a good call by the official. The ball came out before the knee was down, but I think it had stopped.
And that will be the end of a very, very entertaining last couple minutes here of the first half. All of a sudden, these teams go in with a tied ball game out here in Post Falls. The Trojans and the Bengals tied up at 14-all heading into halftime, as we will be back with some halftime here on SWX. 14-14 Lewiston and Post Falls.
Before you consider buying tires online, give Perfection Tire a call.
Because when you buy from us, exceptional warranties are included.
Welcome to halftime on SWX, brought to you by Spokane Colleges, an education designed with life in mind. We are back out here, Post Falls, as the Trojans were leading 14-0, but Lewiston stormed back in the second quarter to tie it all up 14-14. Noah Schmick alongside Adam Shackelford and Coach Shack. I mean, what an interesting way to end the half. I mean, what can you say? The first quarter looked like they were just feeling each other out, and then the second quarter, just a weird series of events led to a tie ball game.
Yeah, it came down to execution of the 1-minute system. You know, Lewiston handled the clock better. Lewiston handled the possessions better at the end of the half. You know, they get, whether he got in or not, I don't know. A touchdown is a touchdown. And then Post Falls made some big mistakes in the last 50 seconds that Lewiston took advantage of.
Yeah, well, it's time to take another look at tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Don't miss the ultimate sports experience at Northern Quest with Game Day Grub at Epic Sports Bar. Northern Quest, yes, the best. And looking at these keys, Shaq, I mean, how have they stacked up to what we've seen so far?
Yeah, a slow start for Lewiston, but they certainly came on. Michael Earl and DJ Wilkerson, I think you can get them more involved than they have. Win the trenches. Parker Bagley with a big sack in that last drive. I think the size of their offensive and defensive line is going to start to wear on Post Falls. Post Falls, success on the ground, we haven't really seen it. Quick passing game, we haven't seen it. They had a 14-point lead on a trick play and a lot of broken tackles on the screen. Other than that, they haven't done much on offense either. Strong secondary play. I'll give them a B on that. I think that secondary's played pretty well.
Well, that is our Keys to the Game, and we will have more halftime when we come back right after this break. Welcome back. High school football on SWX is brought to you in part by your hometown Chevy dealers. Strength you can depend on. Find your Silverado at your hometown Chevy dealer. Together, let's drive. We're back out here. Post Falls and Lewiston. It is a tie ball game at halftime, and we've got to show you an interesting set of highlight reels because it looked like Post Falls was going to take this one to the bank, and yeah, let's see how the Trojans did because things were looking good to start here.
Yeah, they get a nice play here on a screen, get some linemen downfield. Matthews just breaks some tackles, and he's off to the races here with a good effort by Post Falls, and it looks like they're going to roll here a little bit because Lewiston's doing nothing on offense. And just a nice play there by Post Falls, and then they come back with a great double pass here, or excuse me, halfback pass.
Yeah, halfback pass.
Yeah.
Marshall Tomlinson, the running back, to Kyson Oslin. I mean, geez, that was – I don't know if you could draw that back up any better. So that made it 14-0. We thought, wow, Post Falls might just run away with this one. But Lewiston, now we got to get to their highlights because somehow they tied this game up within like the last couple minutes.
Yeah, DJ Wilkerson with a great return here to get some positive field position for them. They bring him on a motion drag across the field. Great blocking downfield by some of his other receivers. Again, young man took that ball away, put a heads-up play. And then the Richardson touchdown here.
I don't know if he made it across the plane or not.
I think he fumbles at the one, and then
22 seconds left. Trip Eckert, block for a touchdown. I mean, unbelievable that, like you said, that ball stayed in bounds. Eckert not only blocks it, but recovers it for a touchdown, and that's where we are at now, 14-14. This has been an awesome game so far, and we've got second half action coming up, and it's going to be a fun one. Don't go anywhere. High school football right here on SWX.
Dr. C Family Dentistry proudly offers a wide range of care for patients of all ages. Along with general dentistry, we offer
Well, tune in to SWX next Friday night for even more high school football as we kick off the Greater Spokane League season at West Valley High School, where the Eagles will host the Ridgeline Falcons. Our coverage starts at 6 p.m. It's high school football live next Friday night, only on SWX, your home for local sports. And hey, you Coach Shack, you've got a kid on that team, right? West Valley?
My son plays at West Valley, and the head coach of Ridgeline is Andy Olson, a former shock player of mine. There's a lot of storylines. I'm looking forward to doing that one with Larry Weir.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
My good buddy, yeah.
Ridgeline at West Valley. We'll get the Washington high schools going next week, but right now here we are with Post Falls and Lewiston. Both teams coming out of the locker room. Both teams probably have some second half adjustments that they've been talking about. Coach, I mean, at least maybe we start with Post Falls and their adjustments, because that was a bad end to the first half for them.
Well, I think the storyline for them, or what they have to get figured out, is, listen, we have to find a way to secure momentum again. Neither team offensively are lighting up the scoreboard, but there are mistakes being made by Post Falls that are costing them big-time plays. You look at what Lewiston did, and for 22 minutes of this football game, did nothing offensively. They found a way in other ways to get back in this football game. I think you have to really get a nice defensive stop here. For Lewiston, opposite, right? You have to take that momentum. You hope halftime doesn't stop or give a lull in that momentum. Can you go down this first drive and say, listen, we've got this thing figured out. Look at us last week. We found a way to win. We're going to find a way to win again.
That's a great point there. Halftime on SWX was brought to you by Spokane Colleges, an education designed with life in mind. And on the other side of this break, we will get you to the third quarter of action.
Officially, the payload capacity of the new GMC Sierra from Northern Quest is measured in pounds. Unofficially,
welcome back. High school football on SWX is presented in part by your local McDonald's restaurants, proud sponsors of the McDonald's Team of the Week, featured every Friday at 11:15 on Nonstop Local KHQ during SWX Overtime. That starts in October. Man, are we excited for that? We're going to have some awesome high school football shows. We're going to have SWX Overtime, or McDonald's Team of the Week. We've got some we always love to do our Player of the Weeks too. We make sure to get those in for you on KHQ and SWX. So it's going to be a busy fall. High school, college. We'll see if we also got to go to Seattle for any Seahawks playoff games.
Yeah, well, let's hope so for the Seahawks fans. I know Idaho's playing currently, right?
Yep.
Tonight down at Cal Poly.
Yeah, I'll have to see what the Vandals are doing. I got to bring that up on my phone.
They were down 7-0 early, but I'm sure they're battling down there.
Got the Eastern Washington Eagles playing tomorrow at Northern Arizona.
Yeah.
Looks like
up in the altitude, always a tough place to play, even though it's indoors.
Yeah, you want to. Right now, I just pulled it up. 21-10. Cal Poly ahead of the Vandals is just about 15 seconds left in the first half of play.
Cal Poly with a new coaching staff this year.
Yeah. Wasn't that Paul Wolf before?
A lot of Eastern ties in the past with
Yeah.
Coach Baldwin and Coach Wolf, and Eric Meyer was coaching down there for a little while. Old Eastern Eagle, old Spokane shot quarterback from back in the day.
If you want to tie it all together here, Post Falls, their fight song is the Idaho Vandals fight song.
Oh, there you go.
We can tie it all together here. So.
Hey, I really enjoy doing those Idaho games and Eastern games, but something about the Kibbe Dome, it's a fun place to call a football game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And we're about to get things restarted here. Second half of action as Post Falls will kick off to the Lewiston Bengals, and the ever so scary returner, DJ Wilkerson. It actually won't even go to Wilkerson. He'll go to the other returner on the opposite side of the field as he'll be brought down. Good coverage there by Post Falls, as that was Dawson Bernance returning that one.
Well, I've been a little hard tonight on DJ with his ball security, but I will tell you this. They kick away for him, and he goes over, and he gets a great block for his teammate. Springs him for probably another 7 yards. He'll get the ball security thing figured out. I'll tell you, I would love to coach a kid like that. He's got lots of talent, lots of speed, and you could just see the athleticism. They need to get him and Earl more involved somehow. Screens, those drags across the field, get them involved this second half.
He's a slot receiver right now. You see him on your screen. He's going to go out for a pass. Looks like Dallas Richardson trying to make some moves with his legs again. Somehow gets it off, and a great pass and catch. And way to trip him up there. We'll see. We got a flag, though, on the opposite side of the field. And it looks like this one might be coming back.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold. That's going to put them, really deep at 1st and 20 instead of 1st and 10 from the 46.
Yeah, you see Richardson, man, made some plays with his legs. They throw the flag right there. And able to just use his speed to get away from Cash Creeman, who was right behind him. But doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that's changed a little bit is we didn't see Richardson really scramble the first quarter and a half of this football game, but he's had some success getting out of the pocket and making things happen with his legs.
Well, here's Richardson now after a holding play that makes it 1st and 20. So a little speed option, but a little shovel pass to try and go on the other side of the field, but it is sniffed out by the Post Falls defense.
Yeah, that's an inverted option play where you have really it's kind of a triple option. You can keep it, you can pitch it, or you can shovel it. And there he decides to shovel it. Might have been better off just running the option there. But a nice call on first down, something they haven't seen yet, something you haven't run. You hope it gets 6 or 7 yards, gets you back to something manageable on second down.
Something big here for the Trojans defense. Archer Kirk came up with that tackle. He's been all over those little screen plays. The linebacker, Kirk, he's junior, just sniffing out these little dump-off passes. Here's Richardson, though, looking for a long ball all the way down the field. It is caught! DJ Wilkerson, a huge play, and I think the flag will be a PI, but it won't matter. That is a great catch there by Wilkerson.
Yeah, I can't say enough about this kid's ability to run and make plays, but little contact downfield. It wasn't much, but it was enough to warrant a flag, but great concentration. Ball was thrown a little short, but gave his guy a chance. It's a catchable ball.
Richardson's got a bit of an arm on him. I mean, we've seen him use his legs, and if he doesn't underthrow a few of these balls, I mean, this one a little bit underthrown, but a great move there to just, find it. Wilkerson, really talented. 1st and 10 here for Lewiston. In the motion, that's the tight end. They're just going to give it off to the up back there. That's number 21, Michael Moody.
Yeah, we've got another flag here. I think maybe get them for holding again. Or a legal shift. Yeah, they're going to get them for a hold again.
So Lewiston will back up another 10 yards. negates the gain by Michael Moody. So 1st and 20, this time from the 45-yard line of Post Falls. Of course, head coach Zane Hobart in his second season with the Lewiston Bengals, not probably particularly happy with these 2 holding calls, but we'll see if they can get out of the deep hole that they've put themselves in. As it's an option out to the running back, or sorry, DJ Wilkerson, I should say, on the sweep, and he's going to get a first down. 1st and 20, doesn't matter. Wilkerson using his speed.
You know, we talked about it at halftime. I think this coaching staff says, all right, how many different ways can we get the ball to 12? He's the guy it's not about carries, it's not about catches. With guys like Wilkerson, it's about touches. Mm-hmm. How creative can we get? Can we move to do a good job of putting him in motion? How creative can we get? Because he's our playmaker. We've got a big offensive line. At some point, we're going to start wearing these guys down. You can see hands on the hips for Post Falls right now up front. How do we get 12 the ball? And then once they try to stop that, we've always got number 3, Earl, is another good player, but we can find a way to get the ball to.
So Richardson has Blaze Hepburn to his right, but Wilkerson will go in motion. Won't give it to either of them. Going to try and throw it down the field, trying to get it to his tight end, and they're going to say that's a pass interference on Post Falls.
Yeah, I think it's another good call. A lot of grabbing there. And you can see too that Richardson in this game, a little bit more time to throw every series. This offensive line is getting a little better. I think they're starting to, like I said, wear down this Post Falls undersized front a little bit.
See on that
yeah,
replay.
Just a grab. That's a good call.
Austin Haynes, he's a big target over the middle. You've seen him do that a few times. Also getting dragged down by the Post Falls defenders. Senior 6'6", he's 200 pounds. He's a big target over the middle. So here's Richardson again. He's got Hepburn to his right. And here's a snap. Going to throw it to the right side, and wow, what a great route and catch. Touchdown, Lewiston. Wow, Dawson Bernance with the touchdown catch, and all of a sudden, Lewiston's got the lead.
Oh, this is a fade pylon route. This is not an easy ball to throw. There's not a lot of young quarterbacks in high school that can complete this ball. That's an outstanding throw. He's going to run the fade and put his foot in the ground and come right back downhill to that pylon. This is not only a tough throw, it's a timing thing where you don't know exactly when he's going to break. You're just throwing to that pylon and hoping that he comes back in time. That is an outstanding throw and catch.
And the extra point is good. So the Lewiston Bengals, after having a tough first quarter, just like in their first game, come out hot in the second half and score a touchdown, drive all the way down the field for 6 points. It's 21-14 Bengals.
Just really nice. You know, hey, they're a second half team. Now they might be a last minute in the first half team too, after what we saw. But this is a team starting to play with a lot of confidence. Post Falls needs to do something this drive. They have got to get some points on the board because there's a confident Bengal team right now.
Yeah, you can just tell the momentum swings. A few Post Falls. I mean, they're just kind of looking on the sideline. The Trojans are. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lewiston slapping 5 and having some fun over there. The Bengals are. So we'll have to see what Post Falls decides to come out here in the second half. They've been alternating quarterbacks, as we saw Philip Schmidt come off after he was wrestled down towards the end of the first half, and Griffin Carpenter has been playing quarterback since.
And I think Philip Schmidt is down there without his pads on right now. I don't think we're going to see him again. I think this is going to be a one quarterback situation the rest of the game.
A little bit of a not sure who was going to get the kick return there, as Post Falls, both returners kind of helped each other out to get out to about the 35-yard line. A good return, as that was Kason Foreman that ended up getting the kick return. So not bad field position here for Post Falls to start their drive. first drive of the second half. And like you said, Griffin Carpenter will be the man in the pistol that's going to get the snap here. He gets it, quick throw out. It's an out route, and it's just off the hands of his receiver, Cody Matthews.
And you don't have to get away from the run here. You're down one possession early in the second half. The biggest thing is not to put too much pressure on your quarterback to have to make plays. You can still run the football. You can still run your screens. You've become a little bit quarterback one-dimensional because you only have a one-quarterback system right now. But the pressure should not be put on this young man to get the ball downfield.
Carpenter hands it right up the gut, I should say. That's Marshall Tomlinson. He's going to get about 5 yards before he's pushed back by the Lewiston defenders. So we'll see. It looks like it's about 3rd and 5.
Well, that's a pretty questionable spot there. I thought he got up to the 40-yard line. That's tough.
So about 3rd and 5. Post Falls is trying to go quick here. Carpenter takes a second and looks over to the sideline to get the play call. Carpenter's got Tomlinson behind him. 3 receivers to his left. And it looks like we got a timeout for Post Falls to try and figure out what they're going to do here on this 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's an early timeout to take. I don't know if they had a wrong formation. They didn't like, if you don't like the play call, I get it. Take the timeout, but I don't think this is 2-down territory either. I think you have to punt this football away if you don't get it. You're down one possession. Again, you can't press for points right now. You got to press for a situation where you could stay in this football game.
Coach, I might be oversimplifying this, but that first down pass where Carpenter just got the ball and threw it on that out route, Cody Matthews kind of let up on it. I mean, if they do something like that again here on 3rd down, that's an easy first down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The flat's been open all night. They're playing a soft coverage. And they're in the same formation. You might get the same play here.
Here they are. Trips to the left and one to his right. And Carpenter's going to hand it off. Tomlinson going to try and get the first down, but he is chased down from behind. Wow. Great pursuit, as that was Tyler Harrison coming in off the weak side there and getting the tackle.
Yeah, Tyler Harrison. We haven't called his name tonight because we've had number 8 in the backfield so much. Haven't had a chance to, but that's a great job coming from the backside A-gap and running that down from inside out. These are not easy plays to make. This is a Lewiston team that, well, running a guy late on the field here doesn't help, but has athletes all over the place.
And Lewiston's going to let this one go down all the way to the 14-yard line. Great punt there by Post Falls. Number 37, Braden Singleton, with a great punt to flip the field position, and hopefully Post Falls defense can try and get a stop because Lewiston came out hot on that first drive.
Yeah, and you and I talked about it before the game. It's going to come down possibly to the game manager with the most success at quarterback, and right now it's Richardson.
Yep.
He's stepped up. A slow start, but it's not how you start in this game. It's how you finish. It's why you play 4 quarters. Right now, you could see the confidence growing in every throw, and when he starts playing with confidence, those guys around him are going to start playing with confidence. Wilkerson's a better player when he knows that he has someone that can get him the football. Earl's a better player because of that. This offensive line is getting better.
As that's a tunnel screen, and just can't get it to the man coming underneath. That was Michael Earl.
Yeah, he's got to catch that. That's a catchable ball.
A lot of screens, a lot of tunnels here from both sides of the offense on the spread.
And he's got a lane there if he catches that football.
You can see him. He's even thinking about it. He was like, oh.
Sometimes you start looking at the grass where you're going, and it doesn't matter if you don't have that ball in your hand.
So that brings up 2nd and 10. Don't forget here, you can see it, Lewiston is deep in their own end zone. So Post Falls, we'll see if they come up with a blitz or if they just try and take away those screen plays. There's another pass, a little dump off to the tight end Austin Haynes, but a great open field tackle from the Post Falls defender He looks like he's hurt too.
Yeah, it's a really good job of staying with his man on the play action. Let's hope it's only a cramp here.
Yeah, it was Jackson Harvey, the junior. Looks to be in good spirits, but good pursuit to get the bigger guy down. Yeah, good tackle. Don't see much there, so hopefully just a cramp. They got him up, and he's nursing that calf.
Those are painful.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he's back in.
Yeah, he's
a couple
starting
plays.
a little bit.
Yeah. So Jackson Harvey able to take down Austin Haynes, makes it a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 here. As Lewiston still deep in their own territory. If they don't get this first down, this could be pretty big for Post Falls. Richardson in the back with running back to his right. He'll snap it, fake it to the back. He's looking deep. He's looking way down the field, and he had a man wide open on the other side of the field. Instead, he throws it to the guy who was double covered.
Yeah, and again, sometimes young quarterbacks get in their mind pre-snap. All right, Wilkerson's the hot guy. I'm going to get it to him. That time, 2 guys running with him. He's got to get it out to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't know if we even see that on our cameras. Andrew Haynes was streaking down all by himself, and he put his hands on his head. He was like, I was wide open. So Richardson misses that one, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the kick, and oh, wow! The snap goes out of bounds, out of the back, and that will be a safety. A huge play there for Post Falls, and that is one that they needed.
Yeah, sometimes it's plays like that where momentum can change. Now they get the ball back.
And it looked like it was
a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, Tobin O'Connor was the punter for Lewiston, and that snap was just not close, just a little roller and right over his head and rolled all the way to the back of the end zone and out. So that is a safety. That makes it 21-16. And, of course, Post Falls is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and a very important drive for them. Just no confidence in this offense right now. You could see it out on the field, and boy, maybe the opportunity to take a lead after everything they've been through here recently. Let's see how they bounce back from this.
Man, that is tough for Lewiston to have all that momentum and then 3 and out, and on the punt you just can't get it to your punter, and all of a sudden that's 2 points for Post Falls, and they will get possession here after this kick. And always remember, on those safeties they kick from the 20 too. So Braxton Nagel is going to try and put as much boot into that as he can, and looks like the kick returner will get it about the 35. He's going to bring it to the 50. And here's a really good return by Cody Matthews to get it across and into Lewiston territory.
Yeah, good job by Cody Matthews, just getting what he can, getting out of bounds. And now a little bit of life out of this crowd, too, on the Post Falls. They know what's at stake here. They know how important this drive is.
They also know how important this game is. We haven't mentioned it yet, but out of the last 9 seasons, Post Falls has won 8 times.
Well, we heard a couple of Lewiston coaches reminding their players about that before the game. That's in both of the teams' minds, you can tell.
Just right there. That's Tomlinson putting his shoulder down and trying to get a few extra yards on that carry.
Yeah, and this is just a nice downhill cut there, and 2 good players running into each other.
So here's Post Falls, 2nd and about 7. And a quick throw out to the out, but it is incomplete. Couldn't hook up with Kyson Ostlund there.
Yeah, that's tough to the short side of the field. You have a play fake, and then you have to come back. There's not a lot of room at that point to throw that ball. Really, you want to see that to the wide side of the field.
So that brings up 3rd and 7 here for Post Falls. 2 quick plays, and all of a sudden you're looking at 3rd down, and you got 7 yards to get to that 1st down marker and move the chains. So here's Carpenter, snaps it in the pistol, looking to throw, tries to go over the middle. It is going to be picked off. The 2nd pick by Blaze Hepburn. That one an overthrow, but Hepburn's going to try and get something on the return. Lewiston gets the ball back.
And it's the same route, just the middle seam. And part of the problem is they don't have enough guys vertical. They've got to get more guys vertical. There, and you see a seam on the outside, or a streak on the outside open, but he's staring down one guy.
Yeah, Kyson Ostlund, he was trying to get it to him, but I mean, Ostlund didn't even try and get his hands up. He knew that ball was over his head. Blaze Hepburn, that's his 2nd interception so far this game. So the Bengals in command here in the 3rd quarter, 21-16. And there'll be a flag, and they're going to say delay a game. So Lewiston will move back a couple yards. Make it 1st and 15.
That was a quick clock.
Yeah. Kind of what I was thinking too. Just delay a game. So here's Lewiston. Dallas Richardson puts a man in motion, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's got Post Falls defenders all over him, but gets out of it, throws it down the field, and just behind his intended target, Michael Earl.
Yeah, he's got to run that football. He's got 15 yards of green grass. There's no reason to force that downfield. Run the football. Pick up what you can, get out of bounds. You can see here he breaks free, does a good job again. He shows the ability to scramble. He's got all kinds of green grass there.
Yeah, I'm impressed by his legs. He didn't use them a whole lot in that 1st quarter, but here in the 2nd and 3rd quarter, he's been able to get out of pressure.
And that's another drop, too. It's a drop. But
making plays with his feet, the junior quarterback here. Looking to do something 2nd and long. He's got 3 receivers on the short side here, but he's just going to hand it off, and they're going to try and go to the side with a lot of grass, but it's going to be sniffed out by Andrew Zazueta.
Yeah, nice sure tackle here.
He didn't go anywhere.
No, he didn't go anywhere.
Wow. Austin Roberts brought down, and Zaz, as they say they call him, was able to get there in a hurry and bring him down for no gain.
Well, now you're at 3rd and 15. You just snap the punt over the punter's head. This is going to make Lewiston a little nervous here if they don't get some yards here.
Yep, 3rd and long. Lewiston needing a big play here. And Post Falls brings a little bit of a blitz, and he's not going to get away from it. Or is he? He's trying his best, but a host of defenders brings him down. Cash Freeman and a whole bunch of linemen on that Post Falls defense get to him.
And I didn't see Wilkerson on the field that series either, which is interesting. I don't know, maybe he pulled up with a small injury in that last series, but I didn't see him anywhere on the field.
I see he's got his helmet off over there on the side, does Wilkerson, so I'll have to see. He was not out there, you're right, Coach. So here's another scary punt, almost over the head of Tobin O'Connor, so he's able to corral that one and get a punt off. It's going to take a few friendly bounces, and Post Falls will set up at about the 45. We will be back with more 3rd quarter action. Post Falls looking to try and jump in front when we come back.
Before you consider buying tires online, give Perfection Tire a call.
Because when you buy from us, exceptional warranties are included.
Drive away today.
High school football on SWX is presented in part by P1FCU. Are you looking for a free checking account? P1FCU's Ascend Checking is free checking that can earn you dividends. Open your account at p1fcu.org. Third quarter of action here. Post Falls looking to try and take the lead. They are down 21-16 to the Lewiston Bengals as they start their drive with some decent field position. Handoff to Marshall Tomlinson. And Tomlinson trying to make a few guys miss. He's still on his feet, rumbling down. Great pad level, but they're going to say there's a flag. It's probably going to be holding and brought back. Let's see. And exactly that. So some laundry on the field will negate that long run there by Tomlinson. And a break for Lewiston.
Yeah, nice cutback here. And yeah, a little bit. Yep, there's a hold there.
Yep. Got a little bit of help, but man, a great run. And of course, negates the big play, so make it instead a 1st and 20 from their 34-yard line. Here are the Trojans. Quick pass. Carpenter tries to get it over here to Jaden Smith. Smith going to be brought down by a whole bunch of defenders. Maybe got 3 or 4 yards on that catch.
Yeah, they ran that play twice in the first half. It's just that stacked screen. This time, the Bengals come up and play it pretty well. Another play you can run off that is to fake the screen and run the hitch and go, or the screen and go off that. I don't know if they have that in their arsenal, but those guys are coming up pretty hard on that screen right now.
Make it 2nd and long here. Carpenter just going to give it off to his running back, but in the backfield in a hurry, we've been saying his name a lot, Trip Eckert. Eckert has been in the backfield a lot, making some sure tackles.
I'm not sure we can give a linebacker player of the game, but he certainly would be up for defensive player of the game. I love his hustle. I love his ability and just athleticism. He's all over the field. He's a defensive coordinator's dream.
Yeah, maybe special teams player of the game too is Carpenter trying to get something going here. He's going to scramble, somehow stay on his feet, and maybe get about 5 yards to make it. It'll be about a 4th and 8.
And you have to punt this. I know the crowd's not going to like it, but you have to punt this football away. You have to keep this in one possession and try to turn the field position.
Still 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Still a whole nother quarter to play. This game's been back and forth. Momentum swings as Post Falls now 4th and Yeah.
the patience to know that if he does that early, it's going to be pass interference. Just the wherewithal to know that I've got to wait till the ball gets to the receiver. Just a great job.
3rd and 10. This is huge for the Trojans. Got to get some sort of something. I think that was a little bit of almost like a Statue of Liberty play, but he is going to be upended. Maybe gets a yard on the play, as that'll bring up 4th and 10, 4th and 9.
Yeah, and you have to punt this away too.
And it looks like there's a Post Falls player on the ground.
Well, he took a pretty nasty hit here. Unfortunately.
Yeah, getting upended there. Kaysen Foreman. Really good tackle, DJ Wilkerson.
Yeah.
And Kaysen's all right.
Yeah,
He is.
I think DJ Wilkerson is going to start getting next level interest here if he keeps doing. I'm sure he already is, being an all-conference player last year. But he's a nice little player. I could see him being a slot in college, maybe even making the move to running back. Just being a 3rd down back. He's just really athletic.
So Kaysen Foreman able to get up off his own power. And Post Falls is going to punt it 4th and 10. They do have 2 timeouts. 6:50 left. And snap is good. The punt is high, but not very long. And, almost dropped. Almost lost the ball there on the punt return, but he's able to fall on it, as that was number 11. That was Ty Collins.
I'm a little surprised he even tried to recover or catch it. Pretty short, pretty high. A lot of times you just want your guy to stay away from it.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually means even sometimes it's backspin too, and it's that high and short. So Collins at least able to fall on it, so Lewiston will take possession. They're going to take their time as well. 6:42 left in this ball game. Richardson comes out. Can't see who's to his right, but he's got a running back next to him. And we've got...
Boy, they are setting that clock really quick for Lewiston.
Yeah. And they're going to say
they took a timeout.
Yep. So instead of a delay a game, Lewiston's going to take their 2nd timeout. So Bengals down to just 1 timeout, but they have the lead. They're going to try and kill this clock with a 6-point lead. Post Falls, they need their defense to get a 3 and out and try and conserve as much time as possible for their offense to try and go down and score a touchdown. So far, we've seen the Lewiston defense really start to figure it out. I mean, 28-22, and at halftime it was tied 14-14. So the Bengals defense has figured out a way to stop the Post Falls offense, and Lewiston, I mean, with a Lewiston with that touchdown catch right out of the second half. Of course, Post Falls having that pick 6 and then the safety off a punt. And all of a sudden, we've got a kind of weird score, 28-22.
Well, you can't say it wasn't. It has been entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. There's Dallas Richardson. He's got Wilkerson in motion. He's going to fake a pass. He's going to go deep. And it's going to be over the head of Wilkerson. Looked like it was kind of one of those stop-and-go routes.
Yeah, I think I don't think it was supposed to be. I think he just kind of stopped. He saw the DB was playing way off, and just a miscommunication there, but
it stops the clock.
Yeah, it stops the clock. I just, they're trying to go for the big play and seal the game. I'm not sure you need to with 6 minutes left.
So it brings up 2nd and 10. Not a whole lot of time is ticked off on this possession, so kind of an interesting call, but Lewiston thought they had something there. Richardson, the junior quarterback, motions Wilkerson. Gonna snap it. He's gonna be buried. 3 Post Falls defenders in the backfield quickly.
Just bringing pressure and the quickness. really just getting to this big offensive line. They're just not athletic enough.
Archer Kirk, Andrew Zazueta, Cash Creeman, I think. That was a bull rush there.
Yeah. Good job. And this defense keeping Post Falls alive. Clock's running now under 6 minutes, but 3rd and long. Again, I think you play it safe and you punt it.
3rd and 17. Richardson in the backfield. Post Falls student section trying to make a little bit of noise here. Get their defense up for it. Richardson tries to throw. Gets a beautiful catch from Wilkerson. That's going to give him about 10 yards, but it's going to bring up 4th and 8.
Yeah, good decision here to punt.
It will also keep the clock running since he didn't go out of bounds.
Good body control.
Yeah.
Just a really good player. We talked about a lot of people before the game. I think the best player on the field tonight was that young man.
Yep. We'll have to see what Post Falls decides to do on offense. They haven't had a lot of success here in the second half, as that play will be blown dead for a false start.
And another bad snap. This could get really interesting. That ball starts bouncing around.
Tobin O'Connor has already had one of the snaps go over his head. And actually, I think the last time they punted too, he had to jump up to catch the snap. So O'Connor looking for a good snap so he can get this one off. And he does. Bit of a line drive knuckleball. And it's going to get to about the 28-yard line. So when we come back, 4 minutes and 48 seconds left as Post Falls looks to try and put together a game-winning play.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the athletes who compete, the fans who believe, and the
downtown.
High school football on SWX is presented by Inland Power and Light Company, powering our communities since 1937. And man, do we have a fun one. It is getting down to crunch time here in Post Falls. The Trojans, they're down by 6 points, and they're looking for a game-winning drive. Lewiston Bengals looking to bow up here on defense as we've got 4 minutes and 48 seconds left in this one. Carpenter hands off to his running back, met immediately in the backfield, and I believe that was Conklin on the tackle for loss.
Yeah, that's 2 big plays by him tonight. And just no success running up the middle tonight for Post Falls.
Caleb Conklin, another big tackle for loss. Carpenter working fast here. Throws it out to the left side. He's got Kyson Austin. Austin's not going to get much at all. Another great open field tackle. And who else? Tyler Harrison. And, yeah, Tyler Harrison. He's just been everywhere.
Yeah, just really nowhere to go with the football. And here on 3rd and long, You're still not in 2-down territory. I know it's tempting to think, well, 4th down with 3 minutes and 59 seconds, I've got to go for it. If you don't get it here, you've got to punt the football away.
3rd and 10, quick boot pass, and that one is incomplete, intended for Cody Matthews, and I believe there is going to be a flag because he kicked that ball at a Lewiston player. Not a smart play there by Mr. Matthews. We'll have to see what they decide, probably an unsportsmanlike. Some frustrations for sure.
Yeah, you can't, it's things you can't do.
And we'll see what the officials signal, but I believe it's going to be unsportsmanlike. Could be wrong. It looks like the officials are talking with Post Falls coaching staff. Yeah, it's sportsmanlike conduct. So I'll bring up 4th down. Yeah, looks like he kicked the ball.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Kicked the ball, hit a Lewiston defender. It was Tanner Weil, and that's going to back them up. It's 4th and forever, and they're going to have to punt this one away with 3:45 left. Gets the punt off. That's a long line drive. It's got some friendly bounces for Post Falls too, and it's going to be downed at around the 41-yard line of the Lewiston Bengals.
Yeah, it's just a situation where they're hanging around.
Yep.
Post Falls with a nice punt.
2 timeouts too.
Yeah, 2 timeouts. And if I'm Lewis, I don't know. I'm not putting this ball in the air once. Even if I got to punt it back. Run as much clock and put all the pressure on Post Falls offense to beat you. You give them the ball back with under 2 minutes, and you put that linebacking quarterback out there, and you put Wilkerson at corner. You say, hey, if you can score, score. Mm-hmm. But I'm not throwing an interception. I'm not letting this good secondary of Post Falls pick one off and run into the house and change this game.
It's been some good defense here in the last couple minutes, and that time breaking arm tackles and getting a big game. That was a big one there for Michael Moody to get about 7 yards on that carry.
Yeah, it might be their best run of the game, quite honestly. I mean, other than Wilkerson's jet sweep. That time he breaks a tackle and gets underneath the blitz, gets to that second level.
I'm going to say he only got about 6 yards, so actually 2nd and 4. Lewiston taking their time. Now down below 3 minutes on the clock. Richardson going to hand it off. And again, Michael Moody just finding his way through defenders. This time he's got a lot of green grass. He's still rumbling all the way down to the 20-yard line of the Trojans. Michael Moody.
Yeah, good job there. And again, this offensive line responding a little bit here. Look at it. Look at the push.
Good downfield blocking by the receivers, too. And Moody, just a junior. He's a little bit of a bowling ball there. No one can bring him down. He did run out of bounds, though. 242.
Well, that's, he's a junior. You just kind of tell him that, listen, that's a film discussion on Monday. Let's just slide down, stay in bounds.
Wilkerson in motion. They will hand it off to him on the jet sweep. He's got a lot of room. Can he turn on the boosters and make it? And they're going to say, let's see if they mark him down or if he made it across. They're saying he made it across. Touchdown, Lewiston, as DJ Wilkerson may have put the dagger in this one.
Well, the pylon moves. Something had to move that pylon. We'll get a better look at it, but
it is called a touchdown on the field, and that's all that matters for these Lewiston Bengals as they are on their way to being 2-0.
That young man is a good football player.
Very good. DJ Wilkerson, 2025 All-League defensive back. Well, he might be defensive back and wide receiver, as that extra point gets through the uprights, as it is going to be a 35-22 Lewiston lead in the Bengals. Wow. I mean, looking at the preseason coaches poll for the 5A IEL, they put Lewiston at number 1, they put Sandpoint at 2, and Lakeland at 3. And Lewiston so far is showing some of the offensive explosives they've got, and DJ Wilkerson leading the way.
Yeah, well, he might have been out of bounds. Yeah, had his foot out at about the 3. Right? Nope, I think he got in.
Yep.
I think the officials got it right. I apologize.
Wilkerson with the jet sweep, and that makes it a 13-point lead.
Yeah, and I love when a guy scores and he goes and celebrates with his line. He knows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He knows. Give the big boys some credit. I love it.
It's a 2:35, and you know Post Falls is going to do the most to try and get a quick score, but it's a big lead. We've seen crazier things, but...
Yeah, I sure have.
13-point Bengal lead as they will try and kick this one deep. That's the returner, Cody Matthews. Matthews had a pretty good return last time, but this time looks like the Lewiston Bengals were there for the tackle.
You got a face mask, yeah.
As bringing him down was Noah Chewitt. But I think he's going to be called, like he said, for the face mask there. The horse collar. So, either way, that's a pretty big penalty there for Post Falls to get almost into Lewiston territory. They're going to be set up on the 50-yard line.
Well, horse collar is questionable.
Yeah.
He twists him down. He doesn't pull him down from the backside.
Well, here's Post Falls going quickly here. It was Carpenter. Not going to get a whole lot there. Good job by the Bengals defense. And the Bengals defense is fired up. Yep. That's the other thing.
They've been playing well. And I'll tell you, the Post Falls offense is not designed to be down 2 possessions.
No, not at all.
They're not built for this.
So here's Carpenter trying to get things going quickly. He's got 5 wide receivers, going to try and take it himself. He only gets about 3 yards. Now we are down below 2 minutes here in this final quarter of action. Post Falls got to keep going quick. Carpenter drops back. He's going to try and throw it over the middle, and he's just over the top of his intended target there. Incomplete for Wesley Diaz.
Well, this is going to be a tough film for Post Falls to watch as a team, but this coaching staff's going to have to get together and find some answers. They need to find what they're good at and be that. And sometimes that's tough, and sometimes it takes a game to figure that out. Sometimes it takes more than one, but they're certainly not where they need to be. They're certainly not where they want to be, but there's a lot of season left. They've got time to figure it out. This is a good coaching staff. They're prepared. They just didn't play very well at times tonight, and offensively they need to find some answers.
Carpenter's got to try and lower that arm level or something. He has overthrown just about every receiver today, and that's how they will go out of bounds, or how they'll turn the ball over, I should say. So Lewiston will look to put a capper on this one and go to 2-0 on the season. Of course, the second half comeback against Columbia last week, and man, they really stuck it to Post Falls in this second half as well. What a comeback, too. That first half to be down 14-0, and now you're up 35-22.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
A big comeback. And here they're going to get in an offensive coordinator's favorite formation, the victory formation here, and take a knee.
Well, that'll be Dallas Richardson downing it. And tonight's player of the game is presented by Findlay Downtown Toyota on 3rd Street. If you're looking to score the best deals on your favorite Toyotas, come to Findlay. And I think we're going to have to give it to number 12, DJ Wilkerson, as he had an awesome game for the Lewiston Bengals.
He had a great game, and he took the ball away at the end. I was proud of him.
Like you said earlier, Coach, I think if there's some college coaches that are looking for a speedster or some, just a guy that can get it done on both sides of the ball too. Wilkerson back there behind his quarterback taking a knee, he was everything for them tonight.
Yeah, here's a kick return. I mean, just fluid.
Yeah, too easy.
Everything comes natural.
I will say, I think the one thing coaches will say, keep that ball next to your armpit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. That man can break some tackles. And
they're big up. Lewiston's big up front. They've got skill guys that are good, and I think this quarterback, Mr. Richardson, is going to improve. Just from first half to second half, we saw a big improvement. I think this team's going to win some football games this year, and Post Falls will get it figured out. They have good coaching staff. They'll get it figured out.
Exactly what I was thinking. I think Post Falls, when they figure out the man under center and kind of get things figured out, that's how it's going to be. 35-22, the Lewiston Bengals come on the road and they break the streak of losses from 4 in a row to winning this season. The Bengals beat the Trojans 35-22. Coach, final thoughts here as we wrap up. DJ Wilkerson, he's good, and the Trojans, they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out, and they'll safe bus ride home to Lewiston. They'll enjoy that more than if it was on the way around. But Post Falls, they've got to get some things figured out, and they will.
Yep. Well, thanks so much for watching this high school football game on SWX. We're going to have a whole lot more every Friday night. Next time, it'll be West Valley versus Ridgeline. But for now, from Post Falls, Idaho, the Lewiston Bengals go on the road and win it 35-22 over the Post Falls Trojans. Thanks so much for watching. For our entire SWX broadcast crew, for Adam Shackelford, I'm Noah Schmick. This has been an SWX high school football presentation.
Need tires or repairs? Give Perfection Tire a chance to quote it. We think you'll like what you hear.
We shop the competition